Hello, everybody. So I had quite an interesting interview the other day, and hopefully I'll get to share that soon. It was a video interview, and my interviewer said to me, you really don't come across right on your update videos. I mean, you don't come across as yourself, and I'm really, really aware of that, and it's mostly because I'm talking to my iPad, and I really do feel like I'm talking to myself. So I posted a message yesterday about if anybody might be free whilst I do these. Not yesterday, on Monday. So that I'm actually interacting with people with these updates. It got a few likes, but nobody sent me a message, so I am doing this myself again. Hopefully, the next update video will be more interactive. It won't just be me talking to myself, and I'm literally talking to myself because I've got the iPad there. I can see myself, which is quite disconcerting. Anyway, so let me share with you the news this month. I spoke about on the last update video about like different possibilities of bringing more resources into language transfer, not only just financial but people as well. And I had this idea of kind of marrying language transfer with a language department at a university, and I still kind of like that idea. But I'd made some applications just for normal teaching positions, and I didn't get an interview anywhere. So I have I expected that, but I still wanted to kind of throw that idea out there because I think it's going to be something that would work much more directly, like with direct contacts. But meanwhile, I have been thinking about monetizing some of my time to bring more funds into language transfer, as I was doing at the beginning when I was giving private classes and paying for most of language transfer like that. So just to be clear, monetizing my time literally means that, not monetizing the product of language transfer. I'm never going to do that. The courses are free and they're always going to be free. But I need to monetize some of my time because the Patreon campaign hasn't gone up or down in the whole year. Like each month as many people join as do leave, and we're not any closer to getting the funds to do all of the amazing things that I have in my head. So I'm taking that on myself. So what I've posted since the last update video is that I'm going to be offering paid workshops from now, but that's in the material that is going to be beneficial for me to give paid workshops in. So material I'm working on currently. So I'm offering all over the UK paid workshops in German and Arabic because those are the courses I'm working on at the moment, and paid courses really feed into my course writing. If we are not solidly clearing the $2,500 a month milestone by 2019, which is looking quite unlikely, but join the campaign. If we're not clearing that, then next year I will be monetizing up to 40% of my time, and that will not just be for courses that I'm developing, but for all of the courses. So if people want like complete Spanish workshop, I will go and do that. And of course my preference is to get the money in through the donations and be able to spend 100% of my time on creating new material, rather than like teaching for money essentially. But my higher preference is not to be begging for money all the time. So I really am taking this into my own hands now, but I wanted to give it until the end of the year anyway. So please join the Patreon campaign, patreon.com/language transfer, and get us to the $2,500 milestone, so that I can spend 100% of my time on creating new material. If it goes the other way, then the idea is that I'm actually supporting myself and projects with the money that I'm getting in through the paid workshops, and then the money that comes in through Patreon and donations is just paying for third-party contractors, if that makes sense, like paying people to make videos, and the costs of language transfer, rather than sustaining me, which it currently does. In other news, I'm in Oxford. I promised I'd make the video on Wednesday, otherwise I would have done it outside in beautiful Oxford, but I can't because it's raining, so I'm in the van again. But it's a beautiful city, it's a stunning city. I just feel like I'm wandering around the set of Harry Potter. I love it. And And I would love to make some free open public workshops here. So anybody in Oxford or contacts in Oxford, please just shoot them a message. Tell them that the Crazy Language Transfer guy is in town and he would love to make some free open public workshops. Let me just have a look. What else I need to tell you? Okay, and related to the news about the paid workshops, I'm extremely excited about the first ever paid workshop for the thinking method. So I've tried to train people in the methodology on a kind of volunteer basis, but you know, as I've said time and time again, generally with volunteers, it's very, very hard to find somebody, you know, with all of the motivation and time dedicated towards this project, you know, when they're just volunteering. So, you know, I got some messages of people wanting to like kind of take some course in the method, and I was like, okay, I can make this a paid course, so then I'm not, you know, I'm not doing this course so that you then go off and make a course and I'm waiting for you to go off and make that course. That's none of my business now. It's a paid course. The money from those students taking the course will pay for the first physical print run of the Thinking Method guidebook, so that's extremely convenient. And yeah, and then hopefully they will go off and make courses and make them for free and put them online, but that's not a prerequisite for doing the course. So I've got 3 people confirmed for this course. I'm so excited. I have a girl coming from Israel/Palestine to do a Arabic course for Hebrew speakers. And also a lady coming from Panama to work on the language Embera, which is a native language of that region that I've never looked at. It's going to be a totally alien language to me, so I'm so excited to have it on the table in front of me and have to crack it. And there are 3 spaces left for this course, so you can join this course with a donation of £500. It's a 2-week course, 3 hours a day, so that's 30 hours in total in London, and I don't have the exact dates in front of me, but it's something like the 27th or 28th of January, I believe, until the 8th of February, something like that. So that's really, really, really exciting. I'm really excited that there's actually people flying in to do this, and they're extremely motivated, and you know, they are this serious that they're paying. They're not just you know, relying on my output. So that is a very different situation to you know, trying to get volunteers doing this. So I'm really, really, really excited about that. There are three places left because the group size will have a maximum of 6. So if you'd like to join that, shoot me a message and let's talk about it. In regards to what I'm doing at the moment, I'm working on 100 things at once at the moment because I've decided to you know, like since the last year I've been seeing like, okay, how do I reduce my stress with the project and, you know, get back to it just being the most exciting thing in the world. And one of those things is removing the deadlines, where I'm always like, you know, waiting on volunteer promises which more often than not don't materialize, and you know, get me in this stressful situation with deadlines and what have you. So I've removed that. What I'm doing is I'm just working on whatever I have volunteer help with. So each week I'm deciding this the weekend before. I'm putting that on the dashboard on the website so you can see what I'm doing each day of the week. And then when something hits a dead end because there's no volunteer involvement, then I just move on to something else. I haven't got a deadline to panic about. So at the moment, you know, I'm working on Swahili expression publication, where we like analyze expressions and dissect them and use that to get in the habit of, you know, just dissecting language we come across generally and seeing what we can learn from it. I'm really excited about that publication. The Greek and the Arabic script publication, which is not the course script, it's about reading and writing in Arabic and Greek. The Spanish short story publication, so we've made a literary competition and I'm already receiving short stories for this publication. The Thinking Method guidebook, which of course doesn't really need volunteers, that is all on my shoulders, so there is a deadline for that. I'm hoping to get a rough version of that out, like on PDF, by the end of the year, and then by the time I finish the paid course in London, to have the first print run of that book. which will also be available for free in PDF and in donation packs and Patreon campaign, etc. And of course I'm working on complete German and complete Arabic. So I need volunteers for all of this, native speaking volunteers for Arabic, for German, for Swahili, for Spanish, and anything else that I'm doing that I've forgotten to repeat. I think that's all the news. Thank you very much for your continued support. I am enjoying myself much more than what I was when I had all of this painful audio editing to do, and especially now that I've just removed these self-imposed deadlines that I've had on everything. Me, either way, I'm going to be working all the time. I'm very enthusiastic to work. There's no reason for me to have deadlines where that depends on other people's work, like volunteers. So that does also put a little bit of onus back onto the usership. If you want to see something happen, if you want to see a publication come out sooner, then you volunteer or you find volunteers to help that happen. Please don't forget that it is just me. I am just by myself. There is, on the website I talk about we always, because that's us, and that is, people that help out and whatever, but it is just me in a van. So please be patient, please be supportive, and please spread the word. Thank you very much, and until the next video.